Hi everybody, this is Coach Santos, and today I have a brand new chess opening that I want to show you guys with the black pieces. This chess opening is a pretty nice chess opening when you don't have a lot of time to study chess. I found myself getting busy with college work and teaching students, and I needed to learn a chess opening and one that I can show my students that they would be able to get really fast. When you're playing chess, watch out for these chess players too in this opening that I show them. Again, this is with the black pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you guys how this position is supposed to look for black. As we're doing a black opening, we need to remember that we're just trying to get from the opening to the middle game as quickly as possible without getting checkmated so fast. Black's gonna go aim for this kind of setup. Let me show you. This is the way it looks. And I'm gonna flip the board around. All right. And here we are. This is Black's setup. He's got a pretty nice little position right here. His king is over here. He's castled, and remember, we don't really want to move these pawns unless we have to. Okay. This pawn over here on h7. That one can actually be moved up. I've seen a few games where this does get played right here, but again, we want to be very careful about moving our pawns in front of our king. So we're going to be castling kingside in this chess opening. Also, we are going to be putting our knight to his favorite square on f6. Our bishop's going to be hanging out over here on e7, and he's going to be being able to go this direction and that direction. Our center pawns, this is one of them. It's going to be right here. And here's our other one. This one's going to be controlling the center, like that. This pawn, sometimes it will get exchanged, and so he'll have to come this direction. That's a nice little direction. And this pawn over here, these are our attacking pawns. This pawn will be used to attack. This one will help his little buddy over here. And this pawn will also be helping out. So we got a nice little pawn chain that's working into this kind of position already. Now, what do we do with this queen? This queen is actually probably going to end up going into quite a few different squares, depending on what type of games that white's going to throw at black. This queen can actually gonna probably come over here, even over here on the c file like this. And well, what do we do with this bishop? This bishop's a bad bishop in a way. He's got a pawn in his way. He can't get out. Can't get out to a nice little attacking diagonal over here, and he can't come over here. So what are we gonna do with this guy? Well, if this pawn, remember, if he takes this way, then the bishop's going to come over here on e6. And if he has already made b6, then this bishop will come over here. And then we're going to open up the position and be on this long diagonal, attack some rooks, and that's what we're going to do with that awesome bishop. So we're going to develop him before we develop this knight. This knight, of course, we can spot out. He can go right here to a favorite square. And he can also come over here to be a backup buddy for his little friend over here on f6. Alright. So that's where we want to place that dude. And this rook actually doesn't want to sit back here. Our problems with our rooks are usually trying to get him open into an open position. So this rook would probably like to come over here on maybe on the queen, where the queen's sitting over here on this d file, attack over here, or he would like to come over here on the c file and attack down the c file. We're going to pay attention to the games that we're going to be looking at so we can be able to discover exactly where that rook needs to be going in this game. This rook will probably be hanging around over here on the queen side. Again, he probably maybe coming over here along the a file, maybe even on the b file, coming down the row, and maybe even on the c one if that rook is already coming over here to where the queen is to attack. So let's try to remember that we got to get our rooks moving. Okay, this is a very aggressive type of opening for black. Okay, and typically we're gonna probably save this pawn thrust till I start attacking him. Probably save him last, just to give us some choices and this type of chess opening. But that's how we're gonna set things up, and it's gonna go pretty quick, just like that. You're gonna have a nice little middle game. And for your pieces, we'll be looking at some middle game ideas later on. But I just want you to just take a look at this pawn structure and where to move these pieces about. Okay, understanding where to put your pieces in a chess opening is really important if you're going to win a game. If this bishop, the problem bishop, if he goes to b8 on this long diagonal, okay, then we don't want to cover it up and make it a bad bishop by putting this knight over here on c6. So we're going to move him over here to d7. Okay, so that way he can actually be being able to help out with c6, c5 I mean. So that's what we're going to do if he goes again that way. Now I said if this pawn was to take back and open it up. Now this bishop, this problem bishop, can actually probably come out then, but maybe we'll even need to put it over here on C to e6. If we put it on e6, then we kind of like took the job of this pawn right here, okay? And it makes a really solid chess position. So if it looks like this, then we're going to use this knight and we're going to bring him to c6. Okay, so let me actually make it a little bit more colorful for you. If this guy goes this way, then this knight is going to go this way. Okay, and if this bishop goes this way or goes out the pawn chain, then this knight will go to c6. Okay, so let's pay attention to where these guys are going to be going to. Okay, you can play this at almost any time in your little chess career, and as long as you play an opening again and again and again throughout the entire semester and an entire school year, you're going to learn how to play this one really well, and you're going to be winning games. Too many times a lot of chess players learn a new opening and they'll try it, and when they're trying a new chess opening, they're trying it at a tournament instead of in practice. So even in practice we need to be trying this out and continuing to play this every single chance that we can get. Okay, it really doesn't matter that what white does. If he plays a king's pawn game or a queen's pawn game, we can still aim for a setup like this. Okay, so I like this one because it's kind of an all-purpose kind of system. A famous chess master, postal world champion, his name was C.J.S. Purdy, and he talked a lot about this kind of position and how to set things up. So I like to look at some of his games and just to try to understand what to be doing. And I know if you're playing this kind of way, you shouldn't have too many problems and everything when you have black. Usually we have to study some really hard chess openings and difficult ones that are going to take up a lot of our chess time. We don't have a lot of chess time. We got to go to school, we got to go to work and do chores and all those other things. So we need something fast. This is going to be a fast opening, and I'm going to show you a little bit more what to do with this in just a minute.